Knoxville Street? No, where's that?
In Chicago, North Chicago.
Oh, north. Okay, near the lake.
Before they straightened it up, before they cleaned it up, you could, if you wanted, let's say, a submarine or a drug or anything else, go to Maxwell Street. It was there.
Oh my gosh.
If you wanted a helicopter, if you wanted to hit on some girlfriend or something, you could get anything on earth that was for sale there on Maxwell Street in Chicago.
Anything? You mean drugs, opium, sex?
Anything.
Yeah, really?
You name something.
Oh, that's horrifying, yeah?
And I'll tell you, it was on there.
Oh my gosh.
You want a blonde, one-eyed Chinese girl?
Oh,
Anything.
So they had concubines selling stuff right and left, all sorts of garbage.
Anything that you
I didn't know this.
was on Maxwell Street in Chicago, Illinois.
It's like the silk trade of the United States of America. The silk trade with China. Wait a minute. So you said go on the streets, and you said you starving so bad though. You said knock on people's back doors.
You never knock
And
on the
so
front
how
door,
starved
you
did you ever
knock on
get
the back
before?
door.
What's this?
The back door is where the kitchen is,
Yeah.
and you try to pick out a place where that the man is working,
Yeah.
and the woman will be generally in the kitchen or the back part of the house where the laundry room is and all that. Knock on the back door and you ask, how far is it to the next restaurant? You know, if you got any money, you're not really wanting a restaurant, but you are walking, and you ask them if they have anything to tide you over, and never ask for coffee.
Why not?
Because coffee is a man's drink. Ask for milk.
Milk.
So you're a kid, right?
You're a kid. Well, how old were you?
83,
No. When you first left.
18.
What? Wow. Okay. So you're 18. You should go do coffee. You didn't do coffee. Well, milk. Yeah, but you said there's times you get so hungry that you said you'd understand how people could be cannibals. You ever get that hungry? Where you're like, tell me to eat like a rat or something, did you? God.
Yeah.
What? You did?
They eat rats in places, yeah.
No, you. Did you ever eat a rat?
I've never had one when I was hungry.
Well, I had a homeless
Did
gal.
you ever eat a possum?
No, it sounds horrifying. You did?
Catch that possum out in the...
You aren't raised in the South.
I'm from Colorado. A
Catch
possum? You kidding me? That's disgusting. Now, we had a homeless lady in Longmont, Colorado, I talked last summer. She goes out and eats the frogs out of the river.
Yeah, just regular people.
But frogs that people eat those
Regular
anyway.
people like
But you said
around here.
you could understand. Yeah, but see, I would never eat a human. So you said you would.
You haven't been hungry, friend.
I have. Now wait. So what I have seen the real going through the back streets, the shadow society. You wouldn't believe the secrets I've found about the real life. I've seen things spiritual out of your mind. It was one of the best adventures I had, but it's horrifying because mine was not by choice. But I saw some amazing things. So what did you learn this experience about being on the street, and what are the things you saw about this world?
Did you ever drink blood?
No. That's disgusting. You drink blood?
There's a whole lot of things.
Well, you're not a vampire. What's this?
Did you ever eat a possum that you found out in the middle of the road that had been eating a dead cat?
Possums eat dead cats?
You better believe it. The possum will eat a dead possum or anything else. A possum will eat anything.
Really? I didn't know this. Disgusting.
No, that's possums.
Okay, but what did you learn about the world? What did you learn about the world when you were on the streets? Did you stay in Chicago or did you travel around?
Yeah, I've been
Did you travel around when you were homeless? Did you travel
all
around?
over Chicago and
New York, maybe. Did you ever get to Denver?
No. I worked in East Chicago, got a job in East Chicago.
And where? Chicago, okay.
It's over in Indiana.
Yeah. This guy's a legend. You kidding me?
Went through South Side Chicago. The cops would go through there wearing helmets,
Yeah.
shields, windows rolled up, and boarded the vehicle, and three of them had a shotgun. And they would not stop for any stop sign. And if they saw you stop, they'd pull up beside them and get the hell out of here.
Oh my gosh, they're rough even back in the day because they're terrible like this now.
People were on top.
I thought it was new stuff. Wait,
People were on tops of the building with rocks, bombing cars. And if you were at peace, you tied a white flag around your antenna. You weren't one of the gangs.
oh my gosh.
And
I wouldn't have survived that. I thought it was bad today. It's like that. Are you kidding me?
they had this woman.
That's almost worse then. Are you kidding me? On the streets. I thought it was worse today. I've worked Chicago and then being homeless and stuff like this. Yes. What? Leave all your time.
They had this one bar. It wasn't any wider than all across here.
I'm gonna walk around.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is amazing. He's unreal. This is a moment that I'm.
He's amazing, all right. But only because he's got a good woman.
Is that what it is? They says the lady is she the better half? You keeping them good? Sorry.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
little bar was about as wide from this across here. They evidently built it in an alley. The bar was down one side, and there was the rest of the area was dance floor, and it was all black. There's never been a white person in there unless it was a woman. See, white women are acceptable.
Oh, white men were acceptable, men aren't. I didn't know this.
That's called light meat.
Oh God, white meat.
Light meat.
Oh, light.
Yeah, there's dark meat and there's light meat, and there's also men talking about high ass. That means a black woman.
Highest.
You never noticed
No.
that black women's legs start at the waist, and they got all this rump to power the legs. White women, the rear end droops down, droopy,
Yeah.
and that's called low ass, high ass or low ass.
I never heard this. Really, I didn't know this.
Where have
Highest
you
was
been?
us. Oh, Colorado. I guess not listening and keeping my eyes open. You kidding me? High ass versus low ass.
While you
Really?
were at Colorado,
Well, I mean,
I
it's
was living in East Chicago
yeah.
and East St. Louis. East St. Louis when I was a kid.
Oh, St. Louis is rough too.
When I was in East St. Louis, you could put your blanket out on the yard and sleep all night, and I guarantee you would be safe. At every corner there was a cop, and every one of them had an Italian last name or connection.
Italiano. Okay.
And the town was where all of the heads of the families, not the heads, but the decapos. That's right under the head.
Oh, okay.
See,
The capo.
it's graduated. You got the Godfather and his lieutenants, and under him is the decapos.
Oh, I didn't know this.
And the decapos live there. There's 13 decapos at one time lived in and around Paducah.
13. Okay.
And they did cause him trouble down here because they wasn't mad at him. But on Friday night they'd fly into the airport, and Saturday evening they would fly back to Chicago. And the decapos, one of them staggered into the wrong place,
Uh-oh.
and his men were all in a kind of a semicircle sitting down, and every one of them, when I walked through the door, reached for a cigarette, and didn't any of them smoke.
Oh my gosh.
One guy kept cigarettes on the that side.
Oh.
And
Oof.
I looked around, and there was like 8 guns there.
Oh my. You're
And
kidding.
the capo, he was a made man, family. And he said, "Come in here, young man." I said, "Yes, sir." And he took my hand, and he says, "My name is Tony," or something like that.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
And he said, "What's your name?" And I told him, and one of the guys was writing all this down. "Where you live? What's your address?"
Oh,
what's your
jeez.
telephone?" And it was being recorded.
Oh, they're recording. Oh, yeah, they were down. Yeah.
One of his lieutenants was, and just stand there.
Okay.
Now, if you got a shoulder holster, I can tell it. because the step would be here or here, right?
Oh yeah, you feel yeah. Huh?
If you had something in your pocket over there, I could tell you. Around
Oh,
your
you can
waist.
tell really.
So I can frisk you by shaking your hand.
Real. I didn't know this. This way shaking it. Huh?
The FBI does it. I've done it.
Oh, you've done it just by shaking a
I
hand.
know how to frisk somebody
What? I didn't know this.
without shaking them down.
Oh, just without shaking them.
A man will always have a weapon. It'll be somewhere
Right.
around his
Your
waist, within his reach.
Oh, that's true. What at the back though? The back to here though.
I found that out.
They hide to get back in the back of your back, the pants up.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. So I didn't know it. So they'll hold me close to so you'll feel it.
he shook me down, and I
Yeah.
realized what he was doing.
Oh,
I
jeez.
shook down a Detroit cop one time,
Yeah.
and he looked at me and grinned, and he said, "My name is Earl," and I said, I took his hand and pulled him a little bit off balance so I could put my arm around him,
Yeah.
and he stiffened up. I knew that he knew about being frisked. He was either mafia or cop.
Oh.
I later learned that he was a retired Detroit policeman.
Oh, jeez.
And talking to him, he talked about the riots that they were having up there in the 20s.
On the 20, the 20 riots, yes.
And he said, we swept the streets. I said,
Swept him? What is that?
What did they do with the bodies? He said, they put them on dump trucks and dumped them in the river. And the town down the river got mad at us for polluting their water supply.
Oh my God, yeah, right?
I've seen,
Yeah, but that never made the news though, either though.
I've seen some things.
I know, but see, that never made the news. They hid it.
I've never,
They hid that. Remember? They never made the news about that swiping the town and dumping the bodies off in the river, like Mexico does. They never came on the news. People would be shocked. They'd go, what do you mean?
well,
You know?
you'd probably be shocked if I told you the truth about something. You know, there was a civil war and several million Americans were killed in it. Nothing but Americans, by the way. What caused it?
What caused it?
What
What's
caused
the war? Well, story was that they're, I don't know. You tell me, because I don't know. But it's that be other money, power, or
I've gone
something.
to all the museums and the battlegrounds, north and south, and talked to the professors that taught history, and they've all, you ask them what caused the Civil War,
Yeah.
and they will invariably say slavery.
But that's an excuse, isn't
Didn't
it?
have a damn thing to do with it.
They don't have to do it. Yeah, they claim to say it as an excuse.
It was because the Congress was controlled by the northern industries who wanted the southern raw materials, cotton, tobacco, indigo. hemp.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
So they voted a federal tax, a tariff, against shipping any of that out of the country without the dying country paying a high premium for it. That meant that all of the South was starving to death. They had dollar cotton. Can you imagine a whole bale of cotton going for $1? And they couldn't sell it to anybody but the northern industry. See, they didn't
To
have
force
to
them out of selling to Britain or other countries, France or whatever. I didn't know this.
And-
So they squashed them. I'll let you talk.
the northern industry controlled Congress was starving the Southerners to death.
Jeez, I
And
didn't know this.
the Southerners said, hey, we've got a right to exist. So the word states' right came in. And India and
Wow.
Egypt was controlled by Great Britain.
Yeah,
They got cottonseed and had their people start growing cotton. The Turkey was growing tobacco, and the foreign countries diversified our hemp. Italian hemp now came about, and the Egyptian and Indian cotton is they're still major cotton producing countries.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, they are. Yeah.
And it was because the North destroyed our monopoly on raw materials. And they wanted money. They also wanted to force the South into a position where they had to sell all of their raw materials to the North.
I did not know this. That's amazing. They're not
Right.
teaching this in the schools, are they? No.
Because you read history, and history is always written by the winners of a war.
You're right.
Can you
By the
imagine?
winners of the war. Whoever won the war writes the history books. That's what they say. It's called his story. His story, history. Right? Is it true?
Yeah. Can you imagine what history would have said about World War II if the Germans had won?
What would they say?
That we were subverting their efforts to free the world of the monopolies that European countries and Russia had.
Yep.
And so they were trying to free the people and convert them to Nazism, which was National Socialism.
Yeah. So we've been better off or worse off if Germany would have won?
Well, not
Hard to
really.
say, right? Not really.
Not really.
But you're right. See, they're both were naughty, right?
Whoever-
Germany and United States.
Whoever wins writes the history.
That's true. So we don't always know the facts that happen in history, do we?
Well, the facts of the Civil War,
And people talking like you and me tell me the truth, the background, like heard through the grapevine.
if you read the historical facts rather than the historical excuses of the North to justify their invading the South, they invaded Mississippi. Mississippi never did a thing but sit there. The North invaded them.
Oh, I didn't know this. This can be, yes.
In fact, in the South, the war isn't called the Civil War. The war between the states is called the War of Yankee Invasion.
I didn't know that. The War of Yankee Invasion. Jeez, I did not know
That
this.
was the War of Northern Russia.
Northwest Russia.
Northern aggression.
Well, I'm related to Jesse James, and they said he was an outlaw, but he stole from the rich and gave the poor. And they slandered him. And the only reason he joined was because his mother was bombed in that barn. I don't know if you know the story about Jesse. But anyway, so what else? I mean, you know what Jesus taught me? I've talked to everybody, even veterans of 98 years of age. World War II veterans. This man just taught me more than 10 minutes. I said he taught me more than 10 minutes than I've taught everybody around the world, even people in 98 World War II veterans. What did you learn though about the world? Because I learned it's kind of stinky. I want to ladder and climb out of it because it's always about money, power, or greed. And I said I want to ladder and climb out of this, work in the streets.
Study the
So what else? But what's the positive things? You learn something positive.
study the history of the time if you want to know what was going on
Yeah.
and why. The history after that is always written by the winners. You go to any museum.
That's always right.
Go to any
Not the
museum
losers.
or battleground and ask the ranger there or the guide what caused the Civil War, and invariably they say slavery.
Exactly, slavery.
Slavery didn't have a damn thing to do with it. The end of
Not a
slavery,
thing about it at all.
slavery was ended.
Well, a lot of the presidents, even in history, actually used slavery, right? Thomas Jefferson had slaves,
So what?
right?
If you'd been living, you had slaves too because it was accepted.
Well, got something for you. We're still slaves today. Did you know this?
For what?
We're still slaves to the system today.
If you're.
It's just different types. They got a slave by the taxes. That's why they call it the stock market. 'Cause you're cattle to them. They got a bond. You got to bond yourself out of the jail system.
The biggest,
We're still under that slavery.
the biggest slavery is people that sell their freedom to the government because the government pays them to be poor,
Yeah, that's true.
subsidizes their business, and we remain loyal to the government, and also
Yeah.
the politician's only job is getting reelected.
Exactly.
So
The
if he-
special interest
the
on
more
things.
our tax money he gives away, the more likely he is to get reelected.
Wow. So somewhere down the road, you made a choice to get off the streets, though. He did, didn't he? And he met you.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I know, but you started going back to work. You said you seen enough, and you seen the mob. The mob. Well, you didn't tell me the rest of the story. So the mob, they stripped him down. Why did they let you go? What happened with the mob?
Oh,
They said this.
I wasn't there.
They just said get out of
On
here.
purpose, I just wandered in,
Yeah,
and I wandered back out, and when you leave,
yeah.
the guy that I knew, I said, well, I gotta go, and I started turning like this, and he caught my shoulder, turned my back facing the guy, and we backed out. You never,
Oh my gosh.
You never turn your back on the capo.
Really? Never?
That's insulting.
It's insulting. What?
To show your rear end to the headband.
Oh, it's like showing your butt to him, huh?
Yeah, you never.
Well, I thought it'd be expected, like, dock away.
You leave, you back away from it.
Oh my goodness. The rules.
You've never been around very much, have you?
Well, I don't know, he was living on
Well,
the street.
I've been on the streets for off and on over the last 3 years. How long were you on the streets?
On and off.
Because I was on off for over 3 years, and not near Chicago, and Denver, and I've been in Chicago, St. Louis,
What are you doing
New York
here?
City. What's that?
What are you doing here?
I work for God now, but it's still homeless. I do Father in heaven. I do. I don't know if you're religious.
Stay out of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, terrible.
They're stingy.
They're stingy.
Pittsburgh people.
It's
are
hard
very
though, because
stingy.
yeah. See, in this process, I got saved. Isn't that crazy? The Father works in mysterious ways. So I help out homeless on the streets. I got 2 homeless in my car right now. One's from Colorado, one's from Nashville. Trying to get one a job. Another one, I'm taking her back to Colorado because she got kicked out
So
by.
you're not living here in Metropolis?
No, just trying to $3 for the dollar. Yes, but I have to use the resources on the street. See, I'm a street preacher and also a street fighter, fighting for the people. Okay, but I'm telling you, I am bankrupt now, so I'm working that situation right now. So, but yeah, but see, that's the whole experience.